Mark Tronson from the Australian Missionary News. I'm at the Baptist World Congress in Hawaii, and we're meeting a wide cross-section of people from around the world. And today I've got Joel Sierra from Mexico. Now Joel, what city are you from?
Hello, I am from Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey is a city in the northeast of the country, a couple of hours south of the border with Texas.
Okay. Is it a large city?
It is. It is the third largest city in the country with more than 3 million inhabitants. A major center for finance and education, higher education. A lot of commerce going on. And I would say it's the more modern city in the country.
Okay. Now, you're the pastor of the
Jireh Baptist community.
Okay, now tell me about your role there as the
Yes.
pastor in the church.
Yeah, 9 years ago my wife and I founded this new church, and it has been a member of the national and regional Baptist conventions in Mexico. It is a congregation of 150 people, very family-like. We love to know each other by name and share in our lives struggles and joys together. But you see, as a founding pastor, I have just gone through one of the most difficult steps in ministry, which is leaving. Last week was my last Sunday in church. It was a very emotional time, as the Lord is calling us to go to Nicaragua. And so next week I will be pastoring First Baptist Church in Managua, Nicaragua.
Okay, now can you tell me something about the broader Baptist work in Mexico and then in Nicaragua?
Yes, sure. Well, Baptist work in Mexico started more than 100 years ago. Mexico is a predominantly Roman Catholic country. And so the first missionaries and the first churches, which were my ancestors, 2 or 3 generations behind me, they suffered violent persecution and established churches in the region of the north part of Mexico. The National Convention is composed of more than 1,700 churches.
1,700?
1,700 churches. And there are many other Baptist churches that are not affiliated with the convention. So the total number of Baptist churches in the country would be a little difficult to calculate. But the Baptist convention is the oldest and more established body of Baptists in Mexico. It has a ministry of mission among the indigenous tribes of the country. We have more than 60 different ethnic groups, especially in the center and the south part of the country. And it also works with missionaries, Mexican missionaries in other regions of the world outside of Mexico.
And can you tell me something now just about Nicaragua?
Yes, well, 20 years ago, my wife and I, when I just graduated from seminary, we spent a year of service in Nicaragua working with the Baptist Convention of that country. And so we came back to our country, Mexico, after only 1 year in Nicaragua. And since then, all these 20 years have been, a time of constant relations with friends and churches in Nicaragua. Visited many times, and so as their pastor for 26 years, he's retiring. Dr. Gustavo Parajon, he's retiring, so the church extended an invitation for me to be their pastor, but the invitation was given to me a year and a half ago. So this has been
that long just to work it through.
Yes, I think that we have talked a lot about, prayed a lot about, and we have the blessing of our church in Monterrey, Jireh, and the blessing of our families And so next week we will start work in the ministry of the First Baptist Church of Managua, Nicaragua.
And your family is your wife?
My wife, Eva, and we have 4 children. The oldest is 18, is a young man who just graduated from high school. And then we have the only girl at 13 and 2 boys, 8 and 9. Please pray for us as we do this important move to serve the Lord in Nicaragua. The Baptists in Nicaragua have been very active in the life of the country. There is a Baptist hospital, there is a Baptist university, and Baptists generally participate much more in the life of the country in Nicaragua.
Okay. Well, Joel Sierra, it's been a remarkable short interview just to learn about this. This is Mark Tronson signing off for the Australian Missionary News.